welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys we are going to continue with our camper build. So we are going to do issue 56 and 57 of Build the Volkswagen Campervan. And yeah, quite a few bits happen in this one. You wouldn't actually think about it really, but one thing we are going to be looking at in these issues is we are going to be looking at the battery. Now we do get a bog standard battery with this build, or you can opt for an eBay purchase, which is for a resin battery for this kit, and that is something I've gone with. So I've painted mine all up, I've done all the work on it, got the decals on it and everything. I did that actually right at the start of the build when I decided to upgrade the battery. But what I am going to do, if you are building along with this one, is I am going to put in the battery that we would be using if you weren't going with the modification, and I'll show you the battery that I've actually painted up and everything. But I'll probably put that on off camera so you can more or less just see what it's going to be like as a stock if you were building this along with me. And then obviously I can put my stock one on when I'm done. I will show my stock one, the little bit of work I've done, but it was, yeah, the kit sometimes is a little bit hit and miss what you got to work with. And it was a lot of sanding and painting and etc, all that stuff. Anyway, let's get started with this one today. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay guys, let's get started. So we're going to need the rear of our camper, and what we're going to need is we're going to need this. This is what we got in issue 55, and this is just going to simply go on to there, just like that. These bits keep dropping off, so I'm just going to keep them aside. And then actually we need to screw that down, and we're going to be doing that with some BD4 screws. Now we are going into metal, so I'm going to get my little oil pot, which never seems to want to have oil in it. So I'm just going to sort this out and I'll be back with you.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're now working. Right, so we need to put 3 screws into this. That's one in. I think the amount of screws that I'll put into this today will be worn out. That's another one in. We just need to put one just in the top there, even though that screw decided to fling across the desk. Okay, so that's in place. Okay, so just moving that to one side. Now here is what I'm talking about. So here we have our right panel, and here we have the standard battery which you get supplied with this. Now obviously you can see this isn't the best, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. But what I've opted for is this. So this is me painted it up, and I think that's going to look a lot better on there than what we get. You know, I do need to do a little bit of a fine adjustment on that one. But what I'm going to do, like I said, was we're going to put the stock one in as if you were building along with this. That goes into there, and then we'll screw that down with a BP04 screw. Okay, now we need to attach this onto our camper. Okay, and again we need to screw that down with some BD4 screws. So we need 3 of them. certainly coming together now. Now I have got more on the way. So we should have another set of 5 coming. I don't think I've started work on my previous set of 5 yet, so get anything next week, we're going to be 10 issues in front, which isn't bad. I'm happy at that. Okay, and that's them screws into place. And that is all there is to do in this stage. So that is stage 56 complete. Okay, so on to stage 57. This is the exhaust assembly. So first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to just do some work on this battery. Like I said in the previous stage, I'm doing it differently. But what it wants us to do, and just give an example, is we take this wire here, and that's just simply going to go from there. And there's just a little hole down there that this is going to stick into. There we go. And then we've got another bit here, and that is going to go right, so it's going to go from there to there. Now I have not got a clue which is live, which is neutral on this. I think it just is what it is at the end of the day. Just making sure that this goes in correctly, even though I am changing it. Okay, that's in place just like so. Right, moving this to one side. Next we're going to be working on the exhaust. So we need to take this piece here and this piece here, and this is literally just going to slot together like that, and then we turn this over and we need to screw a BP04 screw in there. Okay, that's that done. Next we need to bring across this piece here. Now this is going to literally slip on. I'm just making sure that this goes on the right way around. Now I believe it's going on like that. Okay, and then we need to screw that again together with BP04 screws. So just making sure this is the correct way around. Yeah, I do believe so. Even though I'm going to double check that before I carry on. Can't it be put a different way around? Is there a difference? No, it's got to go that way around. Okay. Right. Just always wise to double check. Because sometimes the instructions are just not clear on what you're doing at all. Okay, that's a BP04 in there. They're not clear when you want them to be clear. Okay, that's a BP04 in there. And then just turning the page of the magazine, and that is it for this stage. So wow, we've put in the 2 stages, we've put these nice bits on here, And we've also made the exhaust. Now, presuming here, let's have a look. I'm presuming the exhaust is going to come probably around and fit on somehow, somewhere, maybe like that. I don't know. I think it's just one of them things is we'll have to wait and see what they do. But that is stages 56 and 57 complete. Well guys, that's it for the camper van today. Thank you for tuning in and watching it. Looking very impressive now. I think when we've done the stages where there hasn't been much to do and then we're putting some big pieces on, it really does make a difference to the build and we really are making progress. What I'll do though before next week's recordings for the camper, I will make sure that I put the custom battery in place, because I've looked at it. I kind of need just a little bit more filing down and a little bit more work on it, but I'll do that off camera and it'll be all in place next week, all ready to go. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and be notified of any future videos on the channel. But as for always guys, stay safe and bye for now.